for the application piece is what the information is giving us applied to the unit circle. So we have our radians for the first problem is equal to 7, and the degree, the angle, theta, is equal to 100 degrees. And we're going to be looking for the y-coordinate. So on our axes, we're going to first identify what 100 degrees looks like. So that's going to be right about here. Okay, this would be 100 degrees. And we're going to create a triangle from this. So we know that the radius or the length is going to be 7. Okay. And the triangle that we're looking at will always refer back to that x-axis. So this right here would be our triangle. In order to use this triangle, we need to know what our reference angle is, this little angle here in the corner. So going back to reference angles, if we know we're at 100 degrees, to make a complete line, the angle that's missing would be 180 minus the 100 that we were given, which gives us 80 degrees. That's going to go here. So we have an 80-degree triangle with a radius, a hypotenuse of 1, which in this case is the radius of the circle. The angle that we are looking for is our y-coordinate. So that would be this side of our triangle. Okay. So now if we take our triangle that we're given, our goal is to bring this back to the unit circle. So we're going to create a new triangle that's proportionate to the one that we have, still going to have an 80 degrees here at the right side, but we need this hypotenuse to be 1. So in order to get from 7 to 1 for our hypotenuse, we need to divide everything by 7. So 7 divided by 7 is 1. And then y divided by 7 is our new value for the y-coordinate. So y over 7. Okay. And then the last piece would be to actually calculate what this looks like. So since this is our angle and we are looking for the y value using our evaluation tools is always our sine. Okay, if you remember back to evaluating, y is sine. So we're going to use our sine function of 80 degrees, which is the angle that our reference angle we're using, is going to be equal to, and then the length that we found, y over 7. Since we are solving for y, we need to get y by itself. So to get rid of the 7, 7 is being divided. We're going to do the inverse and multiply by 7. Okay. So we end up with 7 times sine of 80 is equal to y. So now we've solved for y. So we're going to take what we found, this piece here, and we're going to put it into our calculator. So if we type that in, we get 7 sine of 80. Please make sure that your calculator is set in degrees since we are inputting degrees. And my answer is 6.89. Same thing for the second problem. It'll be the same steps. So first we're identifying where is our angle. We're dealing with radians this time, so we're looking for 2 pi thirds. That's going to be located kind of in the similar position. So this right here is 2 pi thirds. Our radius is 4. And we're going to be looking at this triangle here. So we need to find the reference angle. What's missing to get to pi? There's multiple ways to get there, but I'm going to do it mathematically. So we have pi, which is our goal, and we're going to subtract 2 pi thirds. Okay. We need common denominators, so I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 3. It was 1, so it was easy. 3 minus 2 is 1, so we get 1 pi, or just pi over 3 is what's missing here, pi over 3. Okay, and then our goal is to find the x value. That's down here. So if we bring our triangle over, we are looking at a reference angle of pi thirds. Our hypotenuse is 4, and we are looking for x down here. Because we're looking for the x value, going back to evaluating, x is represented by our cosine value. So we're going to have the cosine, but before we can do that, we need to transfer this to a unit circle. So our goal is to have a hypotenuse of 1. So to get from 4 to 1, we are going to divide everything by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. X divided by 4 is going to be our new value down here, x over 4. So like I said before, we're going to use our cosine. So we're going to have cosine of our angle, which is pi thirds, is equal to that x value that we found. So x over 4. And then from here, we're solving for x. So to get rid of the 4, we're going to multiply. So we get 4 cosine of pi thirds is equal to x. And then that is what we would put into our calculator right here. For this, you would need to switch to radians. So you're going to go to mode, find radians, and click on that. So what do we have? 4 cosine, get our fraction of pi over 3. So the answer that I got was 2.